Yes, hello my friends. Welcome back to Kayjo Farms. As you can see, I'm chilling inside my kids' pen. Yes, the mothers of these kids have gone to graze. They're going to manufacture milk for them. So they are here chilling. They're going to wait for them. When they come, that's when they will start breastfeeding. So today's video, I'm going to give you tips on how you can manage your kids on your goat farm. Because these kids are our profits. These kids are the ones that multiply our numbers. So we have to learn to take care of them, or else we shall lose them. And if you're a farmer and you're losing your kids, that's not good. It discourages you, and it's not a good thing for a farm. So I hope these tips I give you will help you. So number one is the feeding routine. What do I mean by the feeding routine? These kids, when they are born, they need the first milk of their mothers because it has a lot of nutrients. You understand, the proteins and so forth. So they need that milk. So you have to make sure when a kid is given birth to, you have to leave the kid with the mother for around 5 hours and above so that they can create that bonding. So this bonding helps them in knowing their mothers, or knowing who their mothers are, and also this one likes eating things. Knowing their mothers, and also giving them proteins, because that first milk is very important. But unfortunately, you find that some mothers don't have milk. So how do you handle this situation? One is you can either start feeding them on cow milk. That's you have to make sure you boil it to room Then after boiling it, it cools down to room temperature, and you start giving to the kids. Or if there is another mother or another goat that has given birth, sorry about that. If there is another mother that has given birth in your flock, then you can transfer that kid that kid whose mother has no milk, and give it to this mother. Then it will adopt it. You understand? So those are the different ways. The feeding routine is very important. So these kids here, as you can see, in the morning, we always give them to their mothers. They're always here in this house and the exercising area. They will start breastfeeding. After breastfeeding, that's when their mothers go to graze. When they go to graze and they remain here, you have to make sure you support them with things like water. And in that water, you should put vitamins and antibiotics. You understand? These ones help them to build immunity, because when their mothers come, they may come with some diseases. So when they come with diseases and they find that there is some immunity in these kids, this immunity will help to fight those diseases. So remember, you have to put some water and some vitamins and antibiotics. Like you have to do it like either you do it for 3 days, then you skip the next days, or you do it once in every 3 days. You can put 1 meal of each in every basin so that they can be feeding on that. The vitamins are for appetite, and the antibiotics are for opposing any multiplication of bacteria or parasites inside these kids. That's why you have to give them. So that's one of the tips to manage your kids. Then the second one is vaccination. Vaccination is very important because most of your kids die because of lack of vaccination. So first of all, you are supposed to vaccinate their mothers when they are pregnant, around like two months. Yeah, you have to vaccinate them against clostridiosis, because clostridiosis is very dangerous. Because some of you have experienced it, whereby your kids are produced when they are weak. You understand? Sometimes because of clostridiosis. So if you vaccinate against clostridiosis when the mothers are pregnant, you will handle that situation. Also, when they are given birth to, after 1 month, you have to also vaccinate them against clostridiosis again. It's like a booster from that time they received when they are inside their mothers. So it's like a booster after 1 month. You vaccinate them against clostridiosis. Also, you have to vaccinate them against other diseases such as CPP, PPR, pox, of clostridiosis, as mentioned, brucella, which is vaccinated once in a lifetime. I think also pox or off. I'll check in my books, but brucella is once in a lifetime. So remember also, you don't have to vaccinate them at the same time. You can choose. You can be like, this month I'm vaccinating against PPR, the other month I'm vaccinating against OFF, and so forth and so forth. So 3 to 1 month in between. You're not supposed to vaccinate them at once, because remember, the way vaccination works is when you give medicine to a goat, a vaccine, you're introducing parasites to it so that it can build immunity. Weaker parasites so that it can build immunity. So if you introduce different types of parasites, then there you are going to kill your goat kids. So vaccination is very important, my friends. Do not avoid this one. Vaccination is very important. Then the third one is also bathing. This one, yeah, you have to bathe your kids. What do I mean? To avoid fleas. I have in my description, I put my video when I was bathing my kids for fleas. So you have to bathe them with detergents such as Omo, or you can use dog shampoo. You can use also there are vaccinations. I don't know if these people are giving me cough. Are you people giving me cough? I'm not allergic to them, don't worry. I think it is my issue. So you have to bathe them against fleas, because these fleas also, they lead to them scratching themselves. So you have to check them everywhere to see if they have fleas, so that you can wash them, because fleas suck blood from them. They suck blood from your kids, and when they become anemic, it means their immune system is low. So the fourth one is, this one is licking me. The fourth one is deworming. Deworming is very necessary. You understand? Me here, I do soft deworming. When my kids are born, after 2 weeks, I start deworming them. That's called soft deworming, giving them like 1 meal of any dewormer you have. Most use Liverfast Diamond. Here I use Nitizan. So 1 meal is okay for such kids. As they grow, you keep on increasing. So when they are born like this, after 2 weeks, I start deworming them after 2 weeks until they are 3 months. You understand? Until they are 3 months, because there they have built up enough immunity to fight against what? This one can lick and bite. Against the worms. So there you got the normal schedule of after 3 months or after 6 months. So deworming is necessary, because these worms here, these worms in these kids, they kill them very fast. So you have to make sure you deworm your kids. Then the fifth one is there's one which is called dios, or diarrhea. That one is very dangerous. In just 3 days like this, they will have started killing your goats, or your kids will start dying in just 3 days. So you have to make sure, if you ever get diarrhea, you have to check your goats here behind to make sure, here behind, to make sure they don't have diarrhea. You understand? Because diarrhea kills them very fast. So on my farm, when they get diarrhea, I treat them with sulfate drugs. Sulfate drugs are like Oxy 20%, those ones that contain sulfur, Oxy 20%, Oxy 10%, there's gentamicin, there's Norodyne, S-Dyne, those dyne ones. But for me, when they get diarrhea, I give them 1 meal of gentamicin and 1 meal of Oxy 10% for 3 days, and it is gone. I'm not saying it's the perfect way to do, but mine, that is what works for me. I don't know about you, but mine, that's what works for me. 1 meal of gentamicin and 1 meal of Oxy 10%. So I don't know what what is remaining. Then the last one is spraying. This one is very crucial. You have to spray these guys here. You understand? You have to spray them. Normally, like the way you spray the older goats. So here we spray them once every week. You also have to spray these kids once every week, because the ticks that get the older ones are the same ticks that get the younger ones. You understand? So you can't say that this one is refusing to get this one because it is young. No. It will also chew it. So you have to spray them the same amount of dosage, the same amount the same period. So I would advise you to spray them inside their kids' pen, so that you can also spray any ticks that are remaining. Then You also have to, you see this grass that we put, you also have to put the grass to provide warmth, because at night they need warmth. Also here they need warmth because they are not with their mothers. So this grass helps in giving warmth. So you have to be changing this grass regularly, because you don't want to leave it here and it accumulates a lot of worms and a lot of ticks. So you have to keep on changing. It is a requirement. You understand? Yeah. Do what I've told you, and my friend, I don't think you will lose any kids. You produce 100 kids and you will maintain 100 kids. So these things sometimes they vary due to different farms, because you find that there are farms whereby deworming has to be more, person has to deworm more than the normal deworming. But that depends on farms. But the default one or the normal one is the deworming of after 2 weeks. Then when they are old, after 3 months or 6 months, according to your farm. Because I heard a story of a farmer who, for him, he deworms twice in a week because he had a lot of worms on his what? On his farm. He couldn't find the solution why his goats were dying, because he was doing the precaution of deworming after 3 months, after 6 months, but his kids and his goats were still dying, until he realized that he has a lot of worms on his goat farm and started deworming twice every week, and now he has stabilized. So it depends on your farm, you understand? Sorry for scaring you. It depends on every farm. So for me, I deworm after 2 weeks, the old ones after 3 months, as I go on after 6 months. So do this, and I'm sure you will live to testify how you have succeeded in goat farming. Thanks for watching. Let me leave these guys to rest because their mothers are looking for food. And thanks for watching. Remain Kayjo Farms.